welcome back to another Chris the Fish 03 video. This one, we're going to be starting a new chapter. I can't seem to find a 4-foot B2B2 or a 5-foot tank as big for in my price range, or just not a stupid price or even close. So, starting a new chapter, so I'm going to take these down, and then tomorrow we've got something better coming. Alright, so as you can see, we're going to be taking these apart. Alright, so about an hour or so later, I've finally managed to take the tables apart, dismantled and put away. Yes, mate. And I've even tidied everything up, scrubbed the door down a bit, moved the shelf over. So I'm going to spin the camera and let you see now. Alright, so like I said, this is all the media I use to block the bottom of the door to keep the draft out. I've lifted the pipe up for now while it's out the way, same with the hose. We've got something special coming tomorrow which hopefully will come here. I've moved this shelving unit over, obviously from this side, means we can even see the sign now. And everything is looking fresh and tidied up and everything. So we're going to come back tomorrow once we've got it all in. I even had an idea, but it never quite worked as I thought. So obviously all this is brown, looking nice, so I thought why not get these to go the same. But what I didn't realise is it's not just normal wood, it's got a bloody plastic coating on, so it hasn't gone very well. That's just one coat. I mean, like, I've done a couple of coats on here, but then the more paint I want to put on, the more it comes off. So I don't quite know how I'm going to work that one. I might just get some vinyl stickers for it or something. But yeah, it's sort of brown for now. Alright, so here it is, just arrived. This will be my new tank, 1000 litres. Okay, they've cut the little flap out the middle, but I'm going to take the 2 bars off, cut around the whole top, open the whole lot up. I've watched quite a few YouTube videos on how to do this, so hopefully should work out alright. We've got the drainage at the bottom and there's a hole here, but I can do it that I have the pump, the filter on this side, so it comes out into the filter and then sprays back in that way. Not a problem. So now I've got to get the jet wash on it, get it all cleaned out and ready, and then move it into the garage. Should be fun. Alright, so far it's easy enough. I've took it out of the cage. I've managed to cut fairly evenly. It wasn't the easiest when it's loose, but it's straight enough edge. Cut all that off, took all the bars off, so all I've got to do now is just get the jet wash on it. Alright, so far I've managed to get it all cleaned, sorted. Just got to get the cage ready. We got the babies in jail. What have they got to do for me to let you out? No, sub. What they got to do to let you out? You heard them. You want them out, you got to hit the subscribe. Have you done it? Yeah? You hit that button? Good. I'll let them out now then. So, got to carry on cleaning. Alright, so we finally managed to get it all cleaned up and sorted. And it's now in the garage. Alright, so as I can see at the moment, we've got it all cleaned up, all sorted. Inside is white and sparkly. The little bits that you can see at the bottom are rust on the bottom side of it, so I can't exactly get that off. I have tried. Other than that, the black bits is just the braces from where it's wet, because I've cleaned the frame as well as the tub. But then, obviously, I got a hole here, and then I've got the drainage there, so I've ordered a tap for there, so hopefully I can have that so it comes either here or into the external filter, and then the external filter can come up and go into that hole. I know they look a bit rusty at the moment, well, a lot rusty should I say, but I could also attach these back on as well and use it to put the lid on, so I can use a lid on top to stop all the condensation coming out. So using some materials from the pool pond that I used to have, the bathtub pond, I've even got the lid which just fits on top, but it had a bit of an overhang and it wasn't quite long enough to reach this side, so I cut off the overhang, split it in half, and now I've got my two lids to feed them as well. It's coming up kind of well. As I say, I put the external filter here, can have one going in. I've just got to figure out the plumbing on it all before I even attempt to start putting water in it. Okay, so another reason it's always good to have loads and loads of accessories, just like a load of extra media. I've just managed to find the perfect size media I want just to put into that hole, so the flow doesn't go as heavy as it normally does, and then it won't take all the substrate out when I need to drain it as well. So yeah, other than putting the filter in, figuring out all the plumbing, and then getting it all filled and everything else, we're pretty much sorted. Right, so you'll have to excuse the water, but we've got the intake and the outtake coming from the external filter. We've got an internal filter which I've added extra on. We've got 800 watts of heaters, the intake and the spray bar. Loki trying to reach up to say hello. I've put a couple of pads in there just so that it doesn't gush out stupidly. And then I've also cleaned all the bottoms, so now we're just going to water test it and hopefully it'll all stay nice and tidy. So we're about, I don't know, an hour later, and we are at 500 litres at the moment, which doesn't seem quite right because that's 1,000 and it don't even look half. But yeah, we'll only be going up to about 9 anyway. But then saying that, it starts at the bottom there, so yeah, we're getting there slowly. Alright, so as it stands, we finally got the filter going. Helps if you make sure you got the pipes on the right sides. And then we've just got to wait for this to fill up a little bit more before I can put that filter on. Heaters are on. Water's gone a bit of a tinted colour because of all the water that's been sitting in the external filter, but that will hopefully help with the bacteria, so we'll soon find out. Right, so now that we've got that going, you can see that will push the water around to there, and then this will hopefully push it back. But I am going to be putting some sponge filters and stuff in here as well. Now the next job I'm going to do is emptying this bucket of sand into there. Right, so as we stand at the moment, everything's all tidied up. Carpet's been a little bit rearranged, so we can walk up, see our big glowing tank. I've taped a measure to the front. As you can see at the moment, it's only 12 degrees. It's that cold. So we've got a 500 and a 200 watt heater in there at the moment, but obviously I'm going to need more. I've got the filters running. I've got the temperature, oh well, okay, I've got 2 floaty thermometers in there as well. All the substrates in the bottom. Got the light on, the lid on, so we just got to wait for it to heat up. I might have to take some water out and just add some boiling water just to try and help heat it up, but we'll come back tomorrow and see what it's saying. Right, so it's not quite the next day, but I had an idea. I didn't like these bars being over the water and rusty as hell, so what I've done is I've got some black electrical tape and I've just wound it all the way up on both of them so that it doesn't contaminate my water at all. Now the rest of the cage isn't a bother because it's outside, so it ain't going to affect it, and eventually I can paint it or something just to make it a bit better. But in the meantime, I wanted them two bars to be safe because they're like the main supports for the light, which is also hooked onto the end of each of the cage, and for the lid, mainly the lid. So yet again, I'm going to leave it at a part 1 video. Part 2 will hopefully be me finishing it off. So hit the subscribe, make sure you follow, hit the notification bell, and it'll tell you when I've uploaded a new video. Oh, it is a lovely day in isolation. Alright, catch you in the next video. Bye bye.